Have you ever been a victim of those amazing shots of delicious food, images of adorable children, or dramatic ads with shockingly attractive models? They are all techniques that companies use to try to get us to spend our money, and a lot of the time, we can't help but fall prey to them. Humans can be irrational beings, and our actions are often driven by desires and temporary emotions. Our brains are not completely accurate either. Our perceptions are susceptible to illusions and manipulation. Companies, on the other hand, love to play on these vulnerabilities, and it leads us to spur-of-the-moment decisions and buying products we don't really need. So here are 7 psychological tactics that advertisers use to trick your minds. 1. The decoy effect. Let's say you want to buy a subscription to your favorite science magazine. Upon entering the website, you are presented with 3 different options. Which one are you tempted to choose? A similar experiment was actually performed on 100 students at Duke University. When offered an online subscription of $59, a print subscription of $125, and a print and online subscription for $125, the majority of students chose the latter, more expensive option. However, when the print-only option is removed, most students chose the online-only and cheapest subscription option. This goes to show that adding a decoy option can make people think that they are getting a better deal. Companies such as The Economist actually use this technique, and people often end up buying the more expensive subscription even when they don't really need it. 2. Loss aversion. People respond more intensely to loss than to gain, meaning that they are much more likely to take action to prevent losing something. This is one of the reasons why so many companies offer free trials. Have you ever continued a subscription after the free trial to a service that you wouldn't have paid for initially? Based on a study by Daniel Kahneman that gave subjects either chocolate, mugs, or nothing, almost 90% of people who were given a mug or chocolate chose to keep their objects when given the opportunity to trade it. The same principle applies to products. People often keep subscribing to services because they don't want to lose something that they've grown used to having. 3. Anchoring. A study in 2011 showed that people are heavily influenced by the first piece of information they get. People who started negotiating for an incredibly high salary received a higher salary compared to those who initially asked for a more reasonable one. For example, when you see a pair of $50 jeans that has been marked down from $100, you will be more likely to buy it even if it's not something that you would regularly pay for, compared to a pair of $40 jeans marked down to $30. 4. Priming. Similar to the anchoring effect, the priming effect occurs when exposure to one idea influences your perception on something else. For instance, to prime the word tasty in your mind, an ad may first show you images of amazing appetizing foods to allow you to process the word quicker when it appears. This is because certain words or concepts are closely linked together in your memory. For example, when primed with the color yellow, people will be faster in recognizing the word banana. A scientific study revealed that a web page's background affected their decision when buying a car. A green background with pennies on it led to longer time spent perusing over the cost of the car, while a red background with flames led to more considerations about safety. Companies can use certain features like these to prime and guide your thought process in their favor. 5. Reciprocity. Here's something to think about when you go eat at a restaurant. A psychologist named Robert Cialdini found that when people receive 1 mint with their check, they will tip 3.3% more, and with 2 mints, they will actually tip 20% more on average. This is based on a human principle where we are more likely to do something for a person who has done something for us. 6. The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. Have you ever browsed a certain product on a store website and then suddenly started seeing it everywhere? That is called the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, or the frequency illusion. When you choose to view a product the first time, you are probably attracted to a certain aspect of it. Because of this, you will start to unconsciously notice it more because it's still fresh in your mind, and also your brain has been primed to process it when you see it. Companies will take advantage of this effect and spam you with ads for the product, so you will see it everywhere and perhaps become more inclined to purchase it. 7. The illusion of scarcity. While browsing airplane tickets or hotel rooms, do you often see alerts saying only 2 tickets left or last room at this price, and felt an overwhelming sense of urgency to grab that last ticket before it was gone? This technique is based on the fact that people value and desire seemingly scarce resources, even if the objects are not necessarily that valuable. For example, when presented with a jar with 2 cookies or a jar with 10 cookies, people rate the first jar as being more valuable. Advertisers commonly do this to increase the pressure on you to buy their product right away. Those were just some of the tactics that companies use to persuade you to purchase their products. Perhaps the next time you come across one of these, you won't fall prey to them as easily. And let us know if you've noticed any other psychological tactics in your everyday life.